There isn't a morning's paper that does not in some way puncture the theories of the previous day. Now we are finding more and more galaxies. We thought we found them all. Now just found 2 more, all within our little sphere, as it were. And now tonight, you're going to tell us something else concerning how to live longer. May I tell you, you aren't going to postpone your exit from this world by 1 hour. You came in on cue, and you're going to depart on cue. And now you can drink all the citrus fruit in the world. You can have all the vitamin C's in the world, and you aren't going to prolong your little physical garment. You made your entrance on cue, like an actor, and you're going to depart on cue. But while you're playing the part, you can play it. I have seen dozens of Hamlets, and no 2 played the same part identically. So they had their own interpretation of the part. So you will play your part in your own way, but you're going to leave on time. There is a time to be born, a time to die, a time to laugh, and a time to cry. And all these will come to pass. So you aren't going to postpone it 1 moment. I saw a little statement in the paper this past week. This little lady in England, 110 years old. Well, she said, they talk about cigarettes. I have been smoking them now for 90 odd years. And not a thing is wrong with me. And of course, all the industry sent her carton after carton after carton of cigarettes. So she has so many cigarettes now, she'll have to live another 10 to really consume them. But it hasn't affected her. Someone else, you will think it affects you. Churchill died. They said, well, he died. He was 90 years old. He only smoked cigars all through the day and night. So they call it by some other name, because he was 90. They can't call it cigarettes or cigars. My father never smoked in his life. He drank like a fish. A 2-bottle man a day. And I don't mean water. 85 years old. My mother never drank in her life. She departed at 61. And here is my father, this really a 2-fisted drinker. Strong, strapping fella up to the very last 6 months of his life. Then he collapsed. My niece told me the other day, she came on to spend a week with us. She said, you know what Granddaddy died of? I said, he died because his body collapsed. He went on time. She said, no, he had TB. Daddy died of TB at 85. Of all the nonsense in the world. You'll find anything there. I don't care what the world will tell me. And so they called that the cause of death. Before he came in. He came in on time, and he departed on time. Train came home to dinner last Saturday night. So I just came from a funeral. And then mentioned this sweet little girl, 24 years old, with her 2 children. And her husband, just 28, killed in an accident. 28. And so he was snuffed out riding his motorcycle. A pattern. The same thing happened to her own parent. She never saw her father. He was killed in the Second World War. And here are these little children that she has now. They will not remember their father. They know him now, but time will fade their memories. And they won't know him. It's a pattern. But may I tell you, take hope. You are Jesus Christ of Scripture. Do you not realize that Jesus Christ is in you? You're asked that question in the last chapter of Paul's second letter to the Corinthians. Test yourself and see. Do you not realize that Jesus Christ is in you? Well, if he is in me, I should make every effort in this world to find him. Who is he? I'm telling you who he is. He is your own wonderful human imagination. That is the immortal man. That is Jesus Christ. And there never was another Jesus Christ. And he is crucified on you, your own wonderful body of flesh. As Paul tells us in his letter to the Galatians, I am crucified with Christ. Nevertheless, I live, yet not I. Christ lives in me. And the life I now live in the flesh, I live by faith in the Son of God who loved me and gave himself for me. Actually became as I am, crucified on this body, the only cross he ever wore. And one day he will awaken in me, and I will know that I am he. And then all the things said of him, I will experience. Yes, there is my Peter waiting for me to make the confession. For I know who I am, but I'm waiting. And that must come. And a little girl enters the state and makes the confession. Yes, he appeared unto me 3 times. First, as a man. And then, as the king. Did he not say, my kingdom is not of this world? He saw it in spirit. First the man took her to see the king, and you were the king. You, the man, faded. And then, you know what? The king faded too. And now here, he appears to me as Jesus Christ the Lord. He is the Son of God. So I tell you, I know from my own experience, this is the experience of every child born of woman. Do not despair. Should you drop dead now, you don't die. You're restored to life. In a world just like this, terrestrial just like this. And you'll be living in a world just like this with the same problems. And you'll be living either in a physical state, psychological state, and a spiritual state. And the spiritual state is moving in the direction towards the fulfillment, the climax, which is Jesus Christ. So it doesn't really matter. And you will one day awaken. And may I tell you, I have awakened, and I'll be waiting for you. I'll be waiting for you where you're going to find me? Within you. Because in taking off this garment, where can I go but to the Father? And where is the Father? He is not only through all, he is in all. He's omnipresent and immanent. And that's where I am, closer than I could ever be standing on this platform. For here I could be near to you, but there I am not near to you. For nearness implies separation. And I'm not near when I leave this garment. I am you. But that aspect of your own being that is awake. And that being is waiting eagerly for the awaking of you. And then we are one. And in the end, we're all one. So we live as one man. Contracting our infinite senses, we behold multitude. Or expanding, we behold as one. As one man, all the universal family